not all questions are equal. So let's say if there is a bouncer question, or let's say if there is a question from uh, the world history or the post independence, where most of the well prepared candidates are not well versed, or they have less priority given to these kind of topics compared to, let's say, topics of secularism, topics of communalism, or the topics of cyclones from geography. So in that premise, the questions of world history and post-independence, your potential is limited up to, let's say, 40 to 45% of the marks, of the maximum marks. But at the same time, the easier questions of, let's say, coastal erosion, let's say ocean currents, let's say cyclones, let's say mountain building, or even the water or land resource based questions, thereby these are more predictable. You can actually build a differentiable content, and you have potential to score 70 to 75% marks there as well. So first we need to understand that not all questions are equal for a candidate. The questions can be divided into this grid of return to investment. Few questions have high investment, high return, whereas few questions have low investment and low return. Some of the question can lie between the mid investment, mid return, and mid investment, mid return channel. So our philosophy is to allocate maximum resources in terms of our preparation, our differentiable content, our space, and our time to this zone of maximum return and low investment to maximum investment. Our focus must be to avoid areas of high investment and low return, like that of world history and post independence. In the case of, let's say, the GS1, or the low investment, low return aspects like the bouncer questions of twisters, of the fioids. So these questions you do not have much of preparation. You do not actually invest much of your energies in the examination hall, or even save some time on those questions to actually maximize your resources on the question of this quarter.